Hi everybody, how are you doing? Yes, the sun's shining. I'm trying to block it out a little bit. Thanks for being here. I know, ladies, is this how you really look? Yes, this is how I really look. This is how I look without my bronzer and without my matte eyeshadow, which is like skin colored or whatever, and my mascara. Yeah, this is me in the raw. Okay, well, let's talk about my face exercises. I did a video on it about 11 months ago, but I know a lot of times, people don't go back. I don't go back on people's videos either. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And I so appreciate so many. Most of you are just really, really awesome, but I must admit, it's been a bit of an eye opener. The more your videos get pushed out there, the more people see it, and the more quite interesting people will come on. I try to accommodate some of them need to be right, and we let them be right, okay? Sometimes. Anyway, thanks for being here, you guys. All right. Facial exercises. I have done facial exercises since the 80s. Back in the 80s, I got this little promo card. I had ordered one of the Body Flex bars from Greer Childers, and I have two of them, and one of them came like a promo thing, this exercise. And that's why I was calling it exercise, because, you know what? There's thousands of videos out there. Some call it exercise, manipulation. There are so many different names for it because we're on a platform and everybody would like to repackage it and present it to you. But I'm just going back to what I learned it was back in the 80s. Oh, sorry about the sun, you guys. And it was called face exercises. And this was actually, who I'd never heard of her, it was Carol Maggio. She just actually only passed. I actually wanted to research her a little bit more. Oh, this is on its, and it did it. She passed away in 2022 at age 82. So she was huge back in the 80s. She was on TV shows talking about her face exercises. And of course, back then we didn't have this kind of a platform to share anything. So when I got this, I thought it was quite interesting, kind of cute, but I thought it was kind of interesting and kind of cute. But of course, you're standing in front of the mirror reading the instructions and trying to do the face exercises. Now, of course, in the 80s, I was still in my 30s. I turned 40 in 1990. Oh my God, to think about that. Anyway, so yes. So I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I'm not sure how many people, well, maybe more so because of social media. I think there's so much pressure on, especially the younger women. And I think, this is one thing about being where I am today is I just kind of que sera, sera. Not that whatever will be, will be. I'm definitely not that. Because I think there's so much we can do for ourselves. And I really believe aging and getting here is really actually more of a mindset is where you're at in here. But I watched a little bit. And I started doing them more in the 90s and then as I progressed. But I've always done something. Always washed with a face cloth. I just can't get rid of that sun. Sun feels good though. Anyway, face cloth. And I really think... in Holland, we call them washandje, and I have some friends in Germany, waslappen, and I really think this has always been really cool because I think it really has always stimulated the skin, and I'm glad I kept it up because as we age, like myself, almost 74, May you guys, I think has always helped me with blood circulation. And the older we get, we talk about blood circulation all the time. It's not just our faces, our whole bodies. We need to keep really, blood circulation is really, really important. Anyway, so I think that's been huge. And so in the shower, I usually use my hands, but when I'm washing my face over the sink, I love using my face cloth. And I think that has been huge. Okay, just so before I do my exercise, and this is all part of what I think has helped me. I use this neck cream. Let's be honest here. I love this neck cream. It's on, I'll put the link down below. I love, 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 love this. I learned about this neck cream. I think it was from Lisa, but I think before that was Wendy, Life with Wendy, but I don't think she's on YouTube anymore. But anyway, this is an incredible neck cream. I absolutely love it. Can't order it on Amazon in Canada, but I have either my sister-in-law or I get my my nephew to order it for me, but actually Bill's going to Palm Springs next week, so I'll be able to order it and have it sent to his friend's house, and he'll be able to bring it home for me. So I do love that on my neck. And then of course I think this has made a huge difference on my neck, and I'm just getting back to it, and that's my Lumo. My Lumo, get it out of the sun. So my face exercises are pretty straightforward. They're not very complicated. There's things that I'll pick up and pay attention to, but there's one thing that I didn't share in my last video, and I really should share because this does happen to us, actually guys as well, men as well, but I didn't mention it, and I thought I should. It's not everybody's problem, but it can be for a few. So I'll share that in a few minutes. All right, so since I found out this fabulous, fabulous castor oil, and yes, I made the decision, and it's personal. Not everybody get into it or whatever. I settled for the Heritage. They've been around forever. It's cold pressed. It's nice. It's in a glass bottle. It's organic. And they came highly recommended. And so that is what I settled for. Now, it's a little bit thick for me to use it just to massage my face, because I don't really want to pull you don't want to be pulling our skin. I don't need to pull my skin. So I also use my Peaches Renew with it. Oop. Okay, so I was a little generous there, but you can never be too generous. All right, so I put something on my neck, get something going on my jowls and my forehead. All right, I don't have like I say, I think for me, I'm not that much into all the exercises that can be done. I think it's just like I said, circulation is so important now for me, and more circulation I have, the more opportunity I have for some rebuild in collagen and elasticity. That's my understanding anyway. You remember, right? We're just talking over the fence, and I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm not a guru. I'm not trying to sell you anything, nothing like that. This is just my personal experience. I have to clarify this now because, wow. Okay. So I might just pat it on like that, and I'll do this sitting here in bed watching something on TV, or I'll even do it in the living room. But I'm not one of those people that gets up and goes, oh my gosh, I gotta do my face exercises. I'm kind of like, oh yeah, maybe I should do them, okay? Like this life is short, okay? Don't get that excited about it. All right, one of the exercises I absolutely love to do, it's one of my favorites, and I think it's really, really worked for me, and I've done it for years and years and years, is this one here. And what I do is I put my head back. And so be very careful, because if you have a neck problem or something, you might want to just try it with a pillow behind you, because you don't want to make sure you don't put your head back too far. I'm pretty comfortable I don't have any neck issues except going in this direction, because that's another video. I had a major head injury 13 years ago. So that's why I'm a little bit as sensitive one way. But I put it back, and then what I do is I bring my lower jaw forward, and then kind of put it up around my front teeth. But then once my head is back, I start pumping it. I call them little push-ups for my neck, and I just love the stretch that it creates. And I'm going to tell you, you do these for 2 days, you're going to wake up on the third morning, or maybe before that, and you're going to go, oh, I can feel the muscles in my neck. Okay, so this is how I do it. And make sure you don't wrinkle your face while you're doing it. I really have to pay attention that when I do that I don't start to wrinkle my forehead or squint my eyes. All right. I'll do 15 of those, just pumping. Now, to the side, I will do it as well, but be very gentle. See what your own range is, okay? So, and you feel that pulling in there. This is personal. That's what's worked for me. That's what I do. Now, the other thing, now that I've got this on my face, in the shower, I saw this, like, I think I read it in a Hollywood magazine or something. And I kind of cup my fingers a little bit. So when I'm in the shower, I always wash upward. And I normally have my Peaches skincare, which is my exfoliator and my cleanser, the classic, and my polish, which I absolutely love to use. So I will put a little bit of my exfoliator, just a drop of it, on my hands, and I always come back down, you guys. I'll do a round, like a circle up like this. I always try to keep, I try to avoid the whole gravity thing. Okay, so up, and I will do that in my shower, and I do the same with the cleanser, and then of course with the polish, which I love. So I try not to like pull my face down. I try to keep all my motions up when I'm washing myself. All right, so the chin, here we go. And you can do this one in the shower when you've got your cleanser or whatever you're using. And these are like pretty old and basic, the chin thing, right? So do this in the shower, or do it when you're sitting down and your neck. I love doing it with my products in the shower, and I make sure I get my hand in behind. And and like I said, I have that stability chair in the shower, so sometimes I'll sit down and then get your fingers. I mean, it's a toss-up, right? Between our turkey necks, double chins, and jowls. And I almost think the jowls are the ones that bother us the most. Sort of seems to be the general consensus. Gua sha. I don't have it out all the time, but you know what? Using a gua sha is really nice. It's a little bit more refined. Now, I know a lot of you, I think at a certain point, we just can't get away from the Marriott lines. And then you can even do it with this, but I just like to do it with my fingers. You guys, this is not, I'm not a guru. You just, like I said, you're just hanging out with me. I'm showing you what I do, and you can take it or leave it. I have to be very careful now, because some people get so upset. Life is too short. Make it fun. Holy moly. Okay, and what I will do, because what's really cool, what I did, I've done it a couple of times, is I've pulled up there's some great, actually I'll put one down below. There's some great videos or YouTube channels that just show you all the muscles that are in our face. So you kind of know, like, you got a muscle going up this way and how big that muscle is, and then these muscles here and how they all, but we've got a big one right around here. It's a round muscle. So I know people have all kinds of other ways of doing this. I just like to stimulate the muscle here a little bit around there. Now, the other thing is my eyes. Now, I've showed you this before. I love my Venus. These things are no longer available. The company's gone out of business, probably because they made them really well. Anyway, I love this for my eyes. The before and after here, I'll show you the before and after. Isn't that incredible? And so I'm really excited to get back to doing that too, because I really I just wanted to give everything a break. So if I was talking to you guys about this stuff, you could see how it changes. It's always changing. So anyway, so for my eyes, I am really, really careful, because I find now a lot of the eye exercises that are shown and done as we mature and we get older and we have looser skin, it's really hard to do an exercise and totally avoid wrinkling other parts of our face, which, you know, we just don't need to wrinkle our faces. So when I do the one for the, you know, I'll try to pump my for up here for the muscles. And so I now, like a lot of them will show like this, but when I do mine, I try to lay this right down on the side of my eye, right down. And then I have to be really careful because a lot of times these are not that great for me anymore because I will wrinkle everything up here. So I don't know. It's like you have to judge for yourself. I'll do a few of those, but I don't do very many of those because I'm wrinkling other parts of my face. I really think rubbing, I learned this one from Lisa. She does some wonderful massage. She does, you know, skincare, but she has showed this, and I will show this, or I will do this. I love doing this one. It's really relaxing. So that's about it. Do you know what? I just don't lose a lot of sleep over this stuff. I think it's a mindset as well. All right, so the one thing I do want to share. Oh, wait. This, girls, I don't know, like I do this and I do this. And especially if we're going out for an evening and I'm wearing something, you know, like a little bit of a scoop neckline, or I love square necklines, I will make sure that I do this because it really, can you see it? Like it just brings it up. It's a nose exercise. Who would have thought of a nose exercise? All right. And it's true. I've seen it, and actually it started happening to me because everything gets looser. Have you ever noticed, like with older people, our noses start to droop a little bit? You can kind of like at the end, it kind of droops a bit. And mine started doing that. And I remember seeing this remember in the brochure, it was talking about a nose exercise. And I went, I need to start doing it. And you know what? It helped. Now, it was interesting because she was saying, if you have a crooked nose, then push a little bit in the opposite direction. I think my nose is pretty straight. But anyway, this is a great little exercise. Now, I tend to go like this because you gotta, it's really weird because you're kind of like pumping your nose a little bit. So I use these, I'd go like this because I don't want to move my upper lip. So I push this against your nose gently, but push, and then honest to goodness, it works. I know it looks a little, just put my two fingers, this on the nose. I have to hold my forehead. It works. It really, really does. But who would have thought your nose? Anyway, guys, that's it. For those of you who asked, I hope that helps you out a little bit. But like I say, aging is a wonderful thing. Don't stress about it. Because I truly believe, even with all the things that people do and everything that's out there, that aging well and even looking good as we age is really a mindset. If we go into it saying, you know what, I'm going to be the best that I can be when I'm in my 70s, I'm going to enjoy my life, I'm healthy, you know, is like the placebo effect is huge, right? It's like, you know, start thinking really healthy and start saying, I'm so beautiful. I love how I'm aging. I just love that I get to be here and do this, okay? Don't let social media put such pressure on you that you have to do all of these things to be beautiful or look really good. I'm going to tell you, there is nothing. If you want to look really good and you look really beautiful, go and do something that you love to do. And then maybe take a minute and look at yourself and say, wow, when I'm happy, I look incredible. Okay, guys. And remember, there is no future in our past. Live in the moment, dream and imagine. Bye. See you later.